Hello everyone and welcome on this new midweek analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Before we start, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And also I would like to remind everyone guys about our performance in the VIP group of Telegram. Thankfully guys, this week so far, within just 2 days, we have made more than 142 pips profit to our clients in the VIP group. And that is actually really good. And the reason, of course, is we have actually abandoned the new system and now we are back to the old system where actually we are having a fixed take profit number 1 of 20 pips and take profit number 2 of 50 or 40 pips, depends of course on the setup. Meanwhile, the stop loss is a fixed 35 pips. Now, of course, as you can see, sometimes when we are noticing that the price action is going against our direction, we will actually tell you to close this trade as soon as possible to avoid any big losses. That actually has ended up making the clients making more money and profits with our signals. So again guys, I'm so happy and proud of course, and I think this is the right way of sending the signals. We have actually made sure that this is actually the best performance possible that we can ever had. So of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below of this video. Contact them today and hopefully we will see you there. And now let's begin with the midweek analysis, and of course as usual we will start with the EURUSD. Now as you can see, unfortunately the EURUSD signal guys has just failed. As you can see right here, the market has just made the bearish breakout from that buy level and actually has exceeded the safe zone. However, what can we do next with the EURUSD? Actually, we can no longer buy this pair. We have to abandon this buy signal, and of course I'm gonna do the best I can guys to recover and to make it up to you, and hopefully we will make it of course happen with the deal of the day. Now, regarding the EURUSD, as we can see right here, the market has actually made a strong bearish breakout from that long-term support trend line exactly right here, and most likely guys, the market is actually going to continue the rise to retest the broken level of a support trend line. And of course, if we look at the left side, we're having here also a real level of a resistance, which indicates that most likely, and based on the daily chart, it's going to be not a bad idea to sell the EURUSD exactly at that level of the real resistance, based of course on the daily chart. All the signs says that we have to wait for the EURUSD to rise for another 32 pips before we can start selling it. That price action right here happened is actually confirming that the EURUSD is going to continue the fall after what happened. Actually, I was expecting from the EURUSD to respect that level of a support trend line, but what happened on Monday's candle, of course, was Tuesday candle was this bearish candle, as we can see, which has made the actual bearish breakout from that support trend line. Now, moving to the 4-hour time frame. Now, as you can see, if we look at the left side and if we scroll right here to the left, we can confirm that this was indeed the real level of the resistance. If I switch now to the 1-hour time frame, we can actually see it. Yes, indeed. That was, of course, the real level of the resistance, and this in the middle was a fake breakout. Now, moving to the current time, now we can see clearly, guys, that the same level has been respected also as a real resistance, and we had here number 1 fake breakout, another fake breakout. We have actually countless fake breakouts right here. However, the market lately has actually respected that level right here as a new resistance. This was indeed resistance number 1 because it happened right after the bearish breakout happened. Also, look at the left side. We can see that the same level has also been respected as a real level of a resistance trend line. Now, if we look also at the trend lines levels, we can confirm that we are having here also a resistance trend line. Check this out. Exactly. Now we are having that level of a real resistance trend line. Then we had the fake breakout, again a real level of a resistance trend line. So no matter how you track it, you can see that the market has always respected those levels. Now lately we are having here a bearish breakout from that level, and as we can see, this was the nearest resistance trend line to that bearish breakout candle, which means that this level of a resistance trend line, since it's the nearest one, is most likely gonna be also respected. So that being said, I would highly recommend to sell the EURUSD exactly right here at 1.09993. Exactly from there. However, back to the daily chart to determine our take profit level, which has got to be exactly right there at the nearest strong key support level at 1.08495, which means we will actually be expecting to make 147 pips. Actually, that's not really my style. back to the 4-hour time frame, I would like always, guys, to give you a more realistic take profit levels. I want something really achievable. Therefore, I believe, yes, that level of the support right here is gonna be our target, which means actually you can actually aim about 91 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone should not be ranging higher than this level of a real resistance at 1.10472 for about 47 pips only. Before we continue, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video that today we are having the core CPI news for the USD pairs. These news, guys, might actually make a huge impact on the market. They might actually be able to change the direction of these signals. However, the signals I'm sending you here are actually based on the technical analysis only. However, we can never ignore the fundamentals. That being said, please be extra careful about the CPI news. They can again change the direction of these signals, and no one can actually judge anyone about why the signal have failed or what happened to the signals, because fundamentals always surpass the technical analysis. Anyway, let's now move to the pound USD. As you can see, the pound USD signal is a different story. It has worked perfectly well. As you can see, based on the 4-hour time frame, the pound USD is currently running in about 30 pips of profits. I'm so happy about this signal, but however, we can no longer keep buying this pair. Most likely we have to consider selling it. Let me explain to you why, and let me first delete this signal. So let me just delete now the take profit level, and let's now move to the daily chart. Now, look at that. At the daily chart, my friends, if we scroll to the left side, check this out. Now we can see that the market has indeed reversed exactly on that level of a resistance right here on the left side. This was, of course, the highest level of the resistance, exactly at 1.26545. And as you can see, Monday's candle has already retested that level. Then Tuesday's candle has actually shown us here a reversal happened, which means right now Wednesday candle is most likely gonna create here this second attempt of the resistance, because right here we're having a resistance number 1. Therefore, if the market is gonna continue the rise, it's gonna actually be creating, of course, a resistance number 2, which means we're having here a very strong level of a resistance, especially actually seeing this candle right here. It's actually worrying me that most likely the pound USD is indeed gonna continue the fall. That being said, and moving to the 1-hour time frame, we have now to identify the real level of the resistance and separate them from the fake breakouts. Check this out, exactly at 1.26510. Right here we're having a real level of the resistance. Meanwhile, we had in the middle here this fake breakout, and as we can see, we will most likely have to wait for the pound USD to reach that level of a real resistance, and then we're gonna sell the market exactly from that point after the market rises for about 20, 21, 22 pips only. Let's use the magic of trend lines just to be sure that this is indeed the best level to start selling the market. And as we can see, I'm going to use right here the resistance trend line. Check this out. Right here, we can actually make sure. So let me explain to you my strategy, guys. So once we're actually having the real level of a resistance, we can see that we're having here a zone. And at some point, we can actually start selling the pound USD. Now, to find the exact entry and to have a very accurate entry and to make sure that we are gonna actually enter this trade with almost a zero drawdowns, we have got to use the trend lines. The trend lines will always provide you with the best entry possible. Now, judging this trend line here, most likely, guys, we can actually expect from the pound USD to continue the rise even a little bit more, and therefore I would like to send the signal to sell exactly at the highest level of a real resistance at 1.26577, which means we will have to wait for the market to rise for about 29 or 28 pips before we can start selling it. However, the take profit level is going to be right here, only at the nearest level of a real support at 1.25684, which means we will actually be expecting to make about 90 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be almost half of this profit, meaning let's say about 40 pips only. That's going to be fine, 40 pips only for the safe zone. Let's now move to the AUDUSD. So the AUDUSD, guys, hasn't been triggered, but it has actually anyway reached the take profit level and has reversed exactly from there. So what's next with this pair? First of all, we have to get rid, of course, of the buy signal. It's no longer valid because the market has already rose and reversed exactly from the take profit level, which means our analysis was somehow correct. And now let's see what we can do next with this pair. Now, first of all, on the daily chart, we're having here inverted hammer. Usually that actually, guys, can be confirmed, usually it can be used as a confirmation that the market is going to start now a bearish reversal. So therefore, we have to consider selling the AUDUSD right now. So therefore, moving back now to the 4-hour time frame, let's now identify the real level of a resistance. And as you can see right here, we're having, of course, the highest level of a real resistance exactly right here as 0.67747. But however, that's going to happen after just like 6 or 7 pips, which actually doesn't make any sense. So therefore, I would like to move to the 1-hour time frame. So therefore, we can actually have a better and accurate entry. Do you remember what I just told you guys? I told you that we are having here a resistance zone. We know that we have to sell at that level of the resistance, but the resistance trend line will provide us with the exact and most accurate entry possible. That being said, let's now move to the what's wrong with me? Let's now move to the resistance trend line. Sorry about that. As you can see, guys, it's now 4:15 a.m. and I'm here making you this video. The least you can is to have mercy on my soul and just hit the like button, appreciating what the hell am I doing here early morning while everyone here is asleep, while this poor guy here is waking up and is awake. And okay, so look at the left right now. Let's look at the left. I mean, like, shut up, man. Just continue your analysis. We don't care about your story. All right. So as you can see right here, if I'm not mistaken, yes, exactly right here, we're having here, of course, a real level of the resistance, which has also, guys, been respected right here. So meaning 0.67875 is gonna be actually the best level to start selling the AUDUSD. And as we can see right here, the peak of that resistance was also a resistance number 1. Which means if we wait the market to rise a little bit more, first it's going to hit the resistance number 1, and also that level of a resistance trend line is also going to be respected, meaning we will actually end up with a resistance trend line number 1 plus a resistance number 2, because that's going to be, of course, the second attempt of the resistance. That being said, let's wait for the AUDUSD to rise for another 20 pips before we can start shorting it. Now for the take profit level, I'm gonna choose, of course, the nearest strong key support level to our entry as 0.66904, which means we will actually be expecting 96 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone should actually be ranging, let me just look at the left side. Yeah, little bit higher than the peak of the resistance right here at 0.68174, which means our safe zone, we have to give the candles a space to breathe, right? So the safe zone gonna be ranging for 35 pips against 97 pips of profit. Let's now move to the USDCAD, which actually working like a charm. And check this out, guys. The entry was super accurate. Like, actually, there was almost zero drawdown. And the USDCAD is running currently in about 31 pips of profit. Let me know, guys, what do you think about this signal? And if you have actually took it. Anyway, can we continue actually selling the USDCAD? Let's see. Let's now move to the daily chart. Actually, the daily chart shows us right here a pin bar has appeared, which means most likely, guys, we can no longer continue selling the USDCAD. Actually, we have to be very careful about the price action, especially on the bigger time frames. That being said, I would like to announce that we have to actually close this signal in profit and just wait for the right entry to start actually buying the USDCAD. Now, why is Salah changing his opinion? Of course, the reason, guys, is this pin bar has appeared right here, and the market has already, as we can see, Monday's candles has already retested the level of the support right here and respected it, and now the market is actually reversing. Therefore, selling right here was actually maybe not the best idea right now after the appearance of that pin bar. That was, of course, Monday's candle. This was Tuesday's, and this is currently Wednesday's. However, moving now to the 1 hour time frame, we can confirm that on the left side right here, we're having the real level of the resistance, sorry, a support exactly right here. However, if we scroll now more to the left side, I would like actually to make sure that we will have a perfect and safe entry, and that being said, I'm going to select of course that level of the support as our entry. Now of course I cannot just randomly select a level here and there. There was of course a reason behind every single decision made. Now let me just show you mine. As you can see, we're having here also a resistance trend line. Now those who actually know my strategy about the magic of trend lines, they know very well what I'm about to do right now. What I will do is simply, guys, drag the same line which I have drawn here and just simply place it right here at the nearest support trend line that we're having. Check this out. Right here we're having also a support trend line which has indeed been respected. This was of course a support trend line number 1. So if the candle is gonna continue the fall, it's gonna actually face right here the same level of the support trend line. We will end up with a support trend line number 2, and also from the left side we will actually have here the nearest strong key support level. All of that says that the USDCAD is actually gonna start a bullish reversal after it falls for about 30 pips. That being said, moving back now to the 4-hour time frame, our take profit level, guys, has got to be placed right here at the highest level of a resistance at 1.34211, which means we can actually expect to make about 76 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than the lowest level of the support at 1.32991, which means our safe zone ranging for about 47 pips against 74 pips of profit. Let's now move to the USDJPY, which actually has been triggered, and it went in total of I would say about 60 pips of profit before reverses back and goes back to the original entry. Now it's important to mention, guys, that this signal has been activated multiple times. As you can see, on Monday it has been triggered, so we are having here a resistance number 1. Then again on Tuesday it has been triggered twice. Then we have actually ended up with resistance number 2 and resistance number 3, meaning we already have 3 attempts of the resistance right here. We cannot continue pushing our luck. We cannot actually sell on this exact level. But however, we will still continue selling the USDJPY. It's a matter of where to start selling it again. Now I'm going to make it simple and straightforward. I'm going to use these trend lines, as you can see right here, that level of a resistance trend line, guys. And as you can see, pay attention. That level of a resistance trend line has been respected once, twice, thrice, meaning 3 times it has been respected. We have ended up here with the fake breakout. However, those 2 wicks right here, let me just zoom in, those 2 wicks right here, guys, represents of course the resistance trend line number 1. And that being said, we can actually start selling the USDJPY right on the second attempt of the resistance trend line, which is going to be actually our very accurate entry. And also from horizontal side, we can confirm that this was of course the highest level of a resistance right here at 135.691, which means waiting for the USDJPY to rise for another 41 pips is going to be ideal, and also we can actually have the most accurate entry possible. However, the take profit level has got to be placed just right there at the nearest strong key support level to the entry right before the bullish breakout happened at 134.398, which means we will actually be expecting to make 130 pips profit from this signal, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than the peak of the resistance right here at 136.340. That means our safe zone gonna be ranging for about 65 pips against 130 pips of profit. Let's now move to the USDCHF, which actually works like a charm, and the USDCHF has actually started the reversal exactly from the given price at 0.89242, currently running in about 25 pips of profit. I'm so happy about this signal. However, guys, we are still gonna keep the same signal because absolutely nothing can be changed about it. I mean, the market has eventually ended up here creating a fake breakout, but actually this was the real level of the resistance. Therefore, if the USDCHF gonna make a pullback upon the pressure from the support right here, I believe it's gonna continue the rise and reverse exactly from the real level of the resistance, which is our sell area. Also, we're having here the resistance trend line, and as you can see, the market seems like it has actually ended up respecting that level of a resistance trend line. So that being said, USDCHF signal just remains the same. And let's now move to the gold, which is actually ranging inside of the safe zone And I would like to say something, guys. For your safety and to be more realistic, I'm not gonna send any signal for the gold for this midweek analysis video for one single reason. Today, we will be having the core CPI news, and I know that this actually might make an impact on the gold itself, and we will actually have to wait the impact, or actually we have to see the reflection on the market upon this news. Therefore, I believe that we can no longer continue selling the gold. We have to cancel it and just wait for the core CPI news to happen. And after that, I'm going to send you a deal of the day video about the gold to analyze it separately. Also, there is something else. The gold right now, guys, is reaching the uncharted water. I mean, as you can see, based on the weekly chart, this was the highest that the gold has ever reached in its entire history. And actually, buying or selling right now is not wise at all. We have to wait and see how the market is going to react to the pressure of that level of a resistance. We cannot actually right now sell or buy after the appearance of those price actions. Therefore, and especially after seeing right here on the daily chart that the market has actually rejected to break out from that level of a resistance, and as you can see, the market seems like it's going to continue the rise. Therefore, we have to be very careful and wise about how the gold is reacting to that level of a resistance right here. So again, let's wait for the core CPI news to happen. Let's see how it's gonna make an impact on the gold, if it's gonna make an impact or not. However, for the safety of my followers and the traders following my signals, I'm gonna stop sending the gold signal for this midweek analysis, and we will wait and see what will gonna happen tonight. So until then, guys, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.